Oh my god, is that Minecraft? I can't believe how much the game has changed in terms of graphics since the last I played it. Hey guys, Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very interesting and also super fun guys because we will be building an exclusive gaming PC just to play Minecraft. See, I just stumbled across this game a few days ago and got to know that Minecraft actually got support for ray tracing and DLSS. See, Minecraft is a very popular game and has a huge fan following, guys, and a lot of people play it. And I actually played the game long time ago, so I had no idea that it's got support for RTX and DLSS also. So I really wanted to test it out and see how the game performs in 2021. So that is the reason we will be building a Supreme Edition gaming PC just to play Minecraft. So if you guys remember, a couple of weeks ago, we actually got a special package from MSI, and in that package, we got like Supreme GeForce RTX 30 series GPUs. You guys remember, right? So I'll be using that GPU only to build this PC. And as you might already know, these brand new GeForce RTX 30 series graphic cards offer like excellent gaming performance in most of the brand new AAA title games like maybe Cyberpunk or Watch Dogs and much more. And that too with ray tracing and DLSS enabled. And as already explained in a bunch of my recent videos, like what ray tracing and DLSS is, ray tracing tries to offer you like a realistic lighting solution and makes the game look more natural and lifelike, while DLSS stands for deep learning super sampling. It greatly boosts your frame rates, and not only that, it also tries to restore the lost image information in certain scenes. So guys, today in this video now we'll also be checking out how ray tracing and DLSS affects and changes Minecraft in 2021. We'll be checking out all the effects of ray tracing, like how it scatters light in the game, how it improves the overall lighting solutions, how does it change in terms of reflections, shadows, and not only that, we'll also see how DLSS, improves the frame rates, and not only that, how does it affect the image quality of the game. So that is what we'll be checking out today on Minecraft. Keeping that aside, guys, let me quickly tell you the parts that we'll be using for this build. As mentioned before, guys, this is also a concept build where I'll be using most of the parts from MSI only. So it's like an MSI themed gaming PC, and that's why I'm calling it as a Supreme Edition gaming PC. And the first thing I'd like to tell you is about the graphic card. As mentioned earlier, guys, we'll be using MSI's Supreme Series GeForce RTX 3080 graphic card. This is a top of the line series, guys, and is a very premium looking GPU. It's actually a massive GPU, guys, and has a premium all metal construction. As usual, it's got a triple fan layout and feature a brand new Tri-Frozer 2S thermal design to keep the card running cool, and has beautiful RGB lighting which is also controllable using MSI software. And the best part is the brand also bundles a separate graphic card holder in the box to prevent GPU sag over time. It's a very useful thing. Not to worry guys, I'll leave link for this graphic card in the description box below. You can check it out there. So keeping the graphic card aside, if you talk about the CPU, well, this is an Intel Edition gaming PC, guys, so I'll be using Intel's 10th gen i7 CPU, the 10700K, which is an 8-core 16-thread CPU with a base clock frequency of 3.8 GHz and a max boost clock frequency of up to 5.1 GHz. It's like a perfect combo, guys. i7 and GeForce RTX 3080. You can do excellent 1440p and 4K gaming in most of the AAA title games with RTX and DLSS enabled. And keeping that aside, if you ask about the motherboard, this is MSI's Meg Series Z490 Ace Edition gaming motherboard, guys. It's a pretty decent motherboard that offers 16-phase power solution with chunky blocks of heatsinks around the VRM section, has nice RGB lighting, and even has Frozer thermal solution. So that was about the motherboard. And what else is left? Yes, the cooler I'm using is also from MSI. This is a Mag series Core Liquid 240R. So it's a 240 AIO liquid cooler with beautiful ARGB lighting. And the good part is the block head on the AIO cooler is also easily rotatable, so you can mount the AIO in any direction. Very easy to install. So that was about the liquid cooler. Now talking about the RAM I'm using is a very beautiful RAM, guys, from G.Skill. This is the Trident Z Royal. So I'll be using two RAM sticks, each of 16 GB, so a total of 32 GB RAM clocked at 3600 MHz. very beautiful RAM in Gold Edition, and it also supports Intel's XMP profile. And what else is left? Yes, the case and the power supply, right? So the case is also from MSI and the power supply is also from MSI. The case I'm using is MSI Sekira 500X. It's a massive tower PC case that supports most of the motherboards and comes with pre-installed 4 ARGB fans. Very nice looking case, and also has tempered glass panels on the sides as well as the front. And if you talk about the power supply, for this build now I'm using a 750 watt fully modular power supply that is 80 plus gold rated. So that's it guys, these are all the items that we'll be using to build this PC. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Alright guys, so our Supreme Gaming PC build is all ready and good to go. I'm even done with the cabling part and neatly organized everything. So finally the moment of truth, let's power it on and see how this beast looks like. Holy smokes, are you guys looking at that monster? My god, that looks deadly good, right? MSI Sekira 500X is a massive PC case that is built like a tank. And have a look at those beautiful RGB components on the inside. Looks like eye candy for me. It's an addressable RGB PC build and the whole lighting theme can be easily synced and customized using either the built-in controller we got in the case or even using the motherboard software. Just check out those RAM sticks, the Trident Z-Royal, the most beautiful and luxury looking RAM ever. And get a load of that Supreme X GeForce RTX 3080 from MSI. An absolute stunner. You know what? I can just keep on staring at the PC for any amount of time. Just watch the build and I hope you all enjoy these beautiful RGB shots. Okay, time for the benchmarks. Now after building a supreme gaming PC like this using quite powerful components, you might think Vimal might play some graphic intensive AAA title games like maybe Cyberpunk, Call of Duty or something like that. But no, you are absolutely wrong. We will be playing Minecraft on this PC. And it's not that old game that I'm talking about. It's the brand new edition Minecraft with ray tracing enabled. I'm telling you, it's gonna completely blow your mind once you see how much Minecraft has evolved thanks to Nvidia's ray tracing support. We'll be playing the game at 1440p resolution with all the graphics maxed out and both ray tracing and DLSS enabled. And by the way, talking about the graphics, whenever you're playing such GeForce aligned games, to get the best possible results and gain competitive edge over the other players, always make sure to apply GeForce recommended optimal settings before starting the game. So just sit back, relax and hope you guys enjoy the content. Oh my god, is this really Minecraft? I can't believe this! Just look at those graphics! The shaders, reflections, global illumination. Holy moly, it looks insanely good. Just a few years ago, Minecraft was nothing like this. To be honest, it was plain and had boring graphics. But RTX gave this game a whole new life and everything feels so good and makes it feel lifelike. See, ray tracing is a real deal guys. As I mentioned earlier, ray tracing produces realistic lighting effects by simulating the actual actual behavior of the light. So in this game, by enabling RTX, you get to experience a whole new level of graphics like beautiful reflections over the water surface, accurate ray trace shadows, and global illumination as well. Let me first tell you about the ray trace reflections. When you enable this option, you get realistic, accurate, and dynamic reflections which are mostly noticeable on mirror-like surfaces, glass windows, or even on water surface. I'll show you some examples now so you'll get an idea on how the game looks like when RTX is on and RTX is off. The first clip here is with the ray tracing option set to off. We are currently inside a room with the Minecraft neon sign straight ahead on the wall and a swimming pool on the floor. Ignore the darkness, it automatically lights up when you move to that area in the game. Just look at the graphics and the illumination. There's nothing special over here, right? Like there's no reflections, detail is missing, global illumination is not there, and on the overall, the game looks simple and plain. But now let's see what happens when you turn ray tracing on. Holy smokes, what? There's a night and day difference over here. It completely turned a boring looking scene into a total disco party. Nevertheless, it looks awesome. Switching RTX on fixes all the in-game lighting problems and produces artifact-free and accurate reflections as they should occur on reflective surfaces. This makes the overall game look very realistic and adds a whole new level of depth in the gameplay. Let me just put these scenes side by side and show you the difference. Now you can clearly see what's happening, right? Like when ray tracing is on and off. Let's have a look at more examples in different scenes. As usual, in the first clip, RTX is off. Just look at the entire area in this scene. There is no lighting, no reflections, no illumination, and basically nothing. But when you turn RTX on, boom! Massive difference that is immediately visible. Just look at the scene now, it's on a complete different level. Pretty awesome, right? I have to say RTX greatly enhances the overall graphics. So by looking at all these examples, I hope you guys got a clear idea on how much difference ray trace reflections can bring when you turn them on in the game. Now let's also check out the difference, like what happens when ray traced ambient occlusions and shadows are turned on. As you might already know, ambient occlusion gives a sense of depth in the game, especially in the shadows. It shows subtle differences in the lighting and helps us identify surface details that would otherwise be washed out. In this particular scene, just look at those areas beside the elevated ground or near the trees. Without ambient occlusion, everything looks flat and simple. But once you turn RTX on, there's a whole lot of depth in the scene. Like seriously, mad level difference is there. At the same time, you can even observe the effect of global illumination and ray trace shadows as well in this particular clip. Previously, during daytime, there were no shadows casted by the sun. But when RTX is enabled, the illumination in the game feels very realistic and natural and produces beautifully casted shadows. Wow, I never thought Minecraft would look this good in 2021. I'm telling you right, once you get used to playing like this, there is no going back. Okay, as we saw just now, ray tracing definitely improves the overall gaming experience. But I have to mention, it takes a bit of toll on the performance, and that is where DLSS comes into play. As explained a bunch of times before, DLSS stands for Deep Learning and Super Sampling. It's a kind of machine learning AI neural network that significantly boosts the frame rates by up to 60% or more depending on the resolution that you're playing at, and at the same time rendering sharp images without losing any image quality. To enable DLSS in the game, you just need to go to the settings and toggle the upscaling option on. And that's it, the game will automatically apply the optimal settings based on your current resolution. This will greatly help you attain a consistent smooth gaming experience. And not just that, DLSS also helps improve image quality in certain cases. Have a look at the details on that building. Observe carefully, even when DLSS is turned on, it gives equivalent clarity and detail while substantially running faster. Keeping the visual changes aside, just have a look at the frame rates as well when DLSS is on and off. There's almost like 50 to 60% boost in the frame rates when DLSS is enabled. Well guys, I hope this helped you understand how much difference the second gen ray tracing and DLSS bring with the new GeForce RTX 30 series GPU. Time to wrap it up, let me just drop the price list of all the components I used to build this PC. Just have a look at it so you'll get an idea on the pricing. So that's it for today. I hope you all had fun and got to check out how Minecraft looks with RTX enabled in 2021. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.